again. The car that you saw on the show that you think will most improve your image, it is the BMW Concept 4 Series Coupe. What did you like about it?
I picked the 4 Series Coupe because it just screamed elegance to me. It had a great display behind it, and BMW is just a name. And if you're looking for image, then I want the name that everyone's going to recognize.
Suzi, you were a huge fan of the Infiniti Q50. It's your favorite vehicle?
Favorite
and you
vehicle.
Actually consider buying it. You've bought 40 cars in like 38 years, right?
Correct.
So this is big news.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
We had a Q45 years ago, and I drove across Canada in it, and it was fabulous. And the Q50 looked exactly like that. It was beautiful, but it didn't look clunky. It didn't look like it would be heavy on the road. I love the interior styling, and it looked splashy.
What makes you think that the Volkswagen Cross Blue concept would be the most kid-friendly, family-friendly vehicle?
I thought it would be the most family-friendly because it has a lot of seats. It was aesthetically pleasing, but not too formal where you couldn't feel like kids could sort of mess it up.
I picked the VW Cross Blue concept as the most kid-friendly vehicle because these days I look at cars through mom lenses. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and now it's all about getting around with her. And I just found that this car had fantastic cargo room. It had a big back seat. You know, the front seat passenger wouldn't have to be in the glove box. It's stylish. You know, there's no compromise in it being a mom vehicle. I love VWs. They're solid, they're safe.
Why was the Cadillac ELR your favorite vehicle at the show? I mean, it's interesting because you're so young, and Cadillac will love you for this, I can promise you, because they want young people. Why does it work?
First of all, I like Cadillac in general because they have tried to do something different. They've tried to change their brand, their image, and they've actually succeeded, in my opinion. I really like their design, and I like the ELR because it doesn't look like anything else that's out there. But it did it in a way that was, I think, interesting and successful.
I was impressed by the fact that you would shell out your own money for that Honda Urban SUV, which is coming in a year. Why?
The price point on it was fantastic for what you get. I'm not a Honda person, my sister is, and despite the fact that I'd be giving into her concept of what makes a good car, I would go for it. It's affordable, it covers all the bases in terms of being functional. It gets you around the city, it's got enough ride height or enough, I guess, ground clearance to get you through snow and ice, which I'm in Minneapolis, so that appeals to me.
Okay, so you are a Honda person in the end. Next. You sound like a really practical person, and you don't like boxing this and all, but you would spend your real hard-earned dollars on a Nissan Resonance. Why?
First, because the features that they have actually were one of the most innovative that I've seen, and they look comfortable inside.
It just had a nice flow from front to back. It was very sleek and modern, and it was impressive.
So you said a lot of interesting things, Val, about the Ford Atlas concept. You used to sell cars, and you think that one would be easy for you to sell.
Absolutely, I do. Truck buyers are looking for a certain thing in a truck. They want something rugged, they want something masculine. Most of the people I sold trucks to, in fact, all of them were men. They were using them for their business and job. A woman, it would appeal to a woman too. I mean, if you get in there with the big boys and have a, the big truck, but everything about it just screamed like if you were a child and you were imagining like what your Tonka truck should look like, that's it embodied.
This is funny because a couple of years ago, Ford had a concept truck and it was a Tonka truck. Hilarious. All right, we're going on a road trip. We're going on a road trip. What vehicle that you saw, we take it?
I chose the Lincoln MKC because not only was it beautiful in the interior like you, and kind of funky, also it had the wine cooler, which I thought you'd like. It just was hot.
I would pick the Corvette Stingray. And why? I mean, the answer is in the question.
Oh, sweetie, we're going to get those hats in the Corvette with the strings underneath.
Are you talking about Tilly hats?
Oh, we are going to be so cool. I've sat in the car with you, honey. I know how you drive.
So, why Corvette?
Why Corvette? Because it's power, it's muscle. I want to, thrill.
All right. Why did the Toyota Furia concept make you furious?
And it did make me a little furious.
Why?
Toyota frustrates me.
Because?
Because it's boring. Well, Toyota in general I think is boring. I think this concept was trying not to be boring, but not in a way that really made sense to me. Like it was trying to step into a different sort of dimension, but it just didn't really know what to do.
It was a really bad orange. Not that you have a great orange on.
In fact, well, you're doing the color much better than it did, in my opinion.
It was not proportional. The front head was very pointy and the back end just kind of flopped off.
You used a very specific adjective to describe the Corolla in front of a Toyota executive, I heard. Tell me what that word was.
It was cheesy.
Cheesy, they love those kind of words. So you were most surprised by the Hyundai HCD 14 Genesis. I would be surprised at that name, but
Yeah.
why did that vehicle surprise you?
It's so far away from everything they've done. I mean, just this kind of monster design, like the front end, I thought it was really just extreme.
So it was a bad surprise.
Not bad, bad. Not like,
You just didn't like
not like awful bad. Just, wasn't me.
I know you really love cars, and I'm not surprised that the Tesla caught your eye. You're really committed to green.
I am, and the Tesla seems like it was, as it was, designed from the ground up. They're not sticking green on something and putting a label on it.
Right.
It's really, I love the technical specs of it, and I'd never seen one in person, and it's sleek, and can't you just see it slithering over the road?
It's a slitherer, I'll tell you.
Slitherer.
It's a slitherer.